My next guest was a high-powered talent agent working with Hollywood's A-list until the stress and pressure of the job took its toll and led her to crystal meth addiction. And it nearly cost her her life. Now, 26 years sober, Donna Chavous is helping those suffering with addictions and their families through the devastating effects of drug addiction on the Emmy Award-winning A&E series, Intervention. Take a look.
Sit next to your papa.
Yeah. We're here because we all love you, baby.
Absolutely. And I'm here today with all these people who love you so much. So everyone's here to just talk to you and just let you know what's on their hearts. So, Angie?
Ashley. Hi, my beautiful daughter. When you were born, I was so amazed at how beautiful and perfect you were. And still now, I see this girl who's beautiful, smart, and has a heart of gold, and I am so proud to call you my daughter. I failed you, Ashley. I am truly sorry for dropping the ball as a mom and failing to protect you.
Please welcome Donna Chavous to the show. Donna, take us to that moment with hearing the parent there say, I believe it's my fault, that I failed you. I think that that's some of the judgment, right? People believe that they failed their child, so then they judge their child for having the addiction.
Right, right. And it's not any parent's fault. It's not anybody's fault, you know. Addiction kind of comes on people who have, you know, that gene or whatever it is that happens within their bodies.
Do you believe that people have accepted that it's genetics or that it is a disease?
No, I don't. I think there's still a lot of shaming out there, you know, and the shaming really needs to stop because it makes it worse. And the shaming, what it does to the addict, is makes them feel worse. And as an addict, you feel reprehensible already about where you are and what you're doing. And when people shame you, then, you know, in the addict's head, I just want to die. You know, I just want to die. I just want to, they end up making it worse.
But people believe it's tough love, right? I'm just going to go into the average family, right? The average person says, get it together. Don't you see you're losing your family? You're losing, you know, yourself. You don't even look like yourself. People believe that that tough love helps folks reset.
You know, I think tough love is important, but at the right time.
Okay.
I think that families have to engage to get help. They need help with it. When something gets that bad, when you have cancer, you go to the doctor.
Yeah.
You know, when you have addiction, you need to get somewhere to get help to kind of recalibrate. Right. And once you recalibrate, you know what I mean?
When, you know, as we talked about, you had this high-powered job, you're living the dream, if you will, and then you find yourself addicted to crystal meth. Talk about a drug that has a stigma and a shame attached to it.
Very much.
I mean, when you first tell people, here I am, this black woman doing it, having a great life, and I'm addicted to meth. That makes you a shame target.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you get past that?
You know, I had an intervention myself. You know, a good friend of mine who I'd worked with for many years said, listen, Donna's in trouble. I got to do something. And, you know, and she tricked me into going to a lockdown psych ward actually first, because they couldn't even stop me. I was just busy out there. You know what I'm saying? I was running.
Right.
That crystal meth makes you like go,
Yeah.
go. So I had to kind of be stopped first, you know, and then I went to treatment again after that, you know, and then I was able to kind of begin to see that maybe I could live a life without alcohol and drugs.
Wow.
You know, it was just like a glimpse. And it takes a long time to get sober, so families also have to be patient.
Right.
You didn't get that way overnight, it's not gonna change overnight.
Up next, as we mentioned, nearly half of us know someone touched by addiction. When we come back, Donna Chavous gives us advice on how to help those people and not shame them. Don't go away. Welcome back. We are here with Donna Chavous, one of the interventionists from A&E's hit TV series Intervention, and we're talking about how to stop the shaming. Donna, you know, we talk about body shaming now. We talk about all other kinds of shaming, but this shaming, really your show does a phenomenal job at tackling this. A lot of people believe, okay, I saw it on TV, so I can stage an intervention. You cannot. I tried. I had a friend, we all got together and we had our notes and it went off the rails.
I get calls all the time, how do I do an intervention? I said, you know, first of all, you get an interventionist. You can't do it on your own. There's too much emotional closeness.
Right, and that's what I found.
When you're doing an intervention, it has to be in phases, and it has to be someone who's a professional. And you have to also have an interventionist to travel with that person. Because many times when you send someone by themselves, and this has happened a couple of times that I've heard of, and in the news as well, where somebody was sent on a plane, they were so loaded that they end up dead. Oh. You know what I'm saying? So we have to watch them, we have to help them, we have to get them to the place until they can be at a safe, you know, destination. You know what I mean? Getting them, walking them in the door to the rehab.
Let me ask you this, if a family right now, someone's watching, they have a loved one, whether it's their child, their significant other, or a close friend, and you suspect they have an addiction, you know they have an addiction, what's the first thing you're supposed to do?
You know, the first thing you need to do is kind of research what's going on, try to get them to be honest with you if they can, and they're not going to totally be honest, but maybe they'll tell you a little bit if there's no shaming involved. Right. If it's just a discussion, hey, what's going on with you? You know what I mean? What have you been up to? And then you get to find out what drug they're doing maybe, and if it's an upper, if it's a downer, if it's an opioid or whatever, and then you can kind of get an idea of what danger they're in. Then you have to say, well, maybe I need to get professional help here. You know, maybe I need to see what kind of insurance they have, or how can we get them to rehab? And you begin checking into all of those things because you want to be ready, if you do an intervention, to get them to the right place.
Right. Are you hopeful we'll get there and learn?
You know, I am sort of hopeful in some ways, and in others, it's very disappointing what I'm seeing happen with opioids, with fentanyl, and how easy all this stuff is coming into our country and into our worlds. And it's just taking people over. They just don't realize how strong that stuff is and what it can do to them.
From first dose?
Yeah, first dose. First dose, it can take you out. It's just like if you have an allergy to nuts and you eat a cookie that has a nut in it, you're going out.
Right.
It happens, you know?
Well, you are saving lives. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being
Thank you
honest
very
about your
much.
story and keeping it real. This is an adult show. We talk about adult things.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you. Thank you, Donna, for being here today and for offering your insight. You can watch Donna on A&E's Intervention, which is now available on demand and streaming on the A&E app and aetv.com.